Hi, welcome to another edition of the Alan Rosenberg Show. I'm excited to be reviewing the new David Gilmour album, Luck and Strange. It came out last Friday. I actually bought it the day it came out. I've been listening to this thing all week, and I am loving it, but we are going to go through every aspect of it, song by song, and then we'll give you the final wrap-up at the end. Here's the outside cover. And the album's got 11 songs on it. There's really 9 official songs on it. You got 2 bonus tracks, including a 14-minute jam called the Luck and Strange Original Barn Jam, which is like 14 minutes long. So the album's roughly 61 minutes. Take off 14 minutes. It's not the longest album in the world, but that's not a criticism. For me, I still love a good 45-minute album that's tight, and this album certainly is. There's the inner gatefold of the CD, and here's the booklet, which has all the lyrics. There's David, looking good and sounding great, and his wife Polly Sampson, as you know, writes the lyrics, and I think she's a fine lyricist. And it's got the lyrics of all the songs in here. I am not the kind of person that sits and reads lyrics, so I have not been studying the lyrics, but I certainly have no problem with them. I think she makes a wonderful pairing with David on, the music. And then there are the credits. You're going to see Steve Gadd plays drums on a bunch of the tracks, and me being a drummer, Steve Gadd is a god. I mean, doesn't get much better than Steve Gadd on the drums. So let's go through this album song by song, and then we'll give you the wrap up at the end. So, this is his 5th solo record. The first one right there, the self-titled one, came out in 1978. Then you got About Face. The second one came out in 1984. That's an album that a lot of people don't seem to like, but I think it's awesome. I still love that album. Yeah, it's got that 80s sound, but it still works really great. 2006, he put out On an Island that hit like number 1 in the UK. And then 2015 was Rattle That Lock. That one right there is the box set. That also hit number 1 in the UK. And those are the 4 solo records. And then, of course, the studio records with Floyd since the Waters days, Momentary Lapse of Reason, Division Bell, and Endless River right there. That's the David Gilmour post-Roger Waters Floyd discography. So this is his 5th solo record, Luck and Strange. Let's go through it. It starts off with Black Cat, and that is the opening instrumental. It's 90 seconds long. David just loves to do these kind of things, whether it's on Floyd, what was it? Signs of Life was the opener on this album, and on an Island, it just started with Casta Lirizon, however you pronounce that. He loves opening his albums with the, like an instrumental kind of thing. What was it? Cluster 1 was on Division Bell. So he does the same kind of thing on this album called Black Cat. Again, it's just a keyboard that fades in. You get some of those melodic guitar leads from Gilmour, and it starts to build up. And in fact, it's really good. It really could have gone on and been a song, in my opinion, but he just kind of ends it. Yeah, I think it's just kind of like a palate cleanser. He just wants to get you in the mood to suck you in and envelop you into his music, and it works fine. That goes into Luck and Strange. Now, Luck and Strange, the title track, comes from that Barn Jam. That Barn Jam is from 2007, and it was a blues jam in his barn. And the big story is it features Richard Wright, of course, of Pink Floyd fame. He's in the Barn Jam. And he took this jam from 2007, and which you get on as the bonus track, but he turns it into the title track on the album. And it's awesome, and I love how he did that. He crafted the original jam, he puts in new overdubs, he edits it into like a full-fledged song with lyrics and choruses and a bridge with key changes. It's got this wonderful bluesy jam, bluesy groove, but the harmonies kick in. It's got a much filled out, fuller sound than what the blues jam originally had. And then at the end, you get 2 minutes of Gilmour soloing back and forth with Richard Wright and the other keyboard player. It's just wonderful. It's a great title track and a great, real opening song for the album. That goes to The Piper's Call. And I'm not sure what it is. It sounds like a really tight acoustic, or it may even be a ukulele. I'm not sure. Maybe a ukulele, but it's that segues right into a magnificent acoustic nylon guitar string guitar, which I love that sound. Then you get some tasty percussive accents that come in, and the beat comes in, which is kind of driven by the tom-tom work and the bass drum. And then you get the bass guitar, and it comes together and just kind of thrusts the song forward. The choruses come in, it's lush, it's full, it's so powerful. There's a lot of orchestration filling out the sound. I hear some slide guitar weaving in and out, and a lot of other instrumentation. At about the 3:48 mark, you get this build-up, and you get this thick, chunky David Gilmour guitar sound. To me, sounds like it's got to be like a Gibson. It's too thick for that Fender sound. And maybe it's a Les Paul. And that goes into his guitar solo, which becomes more and more powerful. You get this swirling soundscape, which repeats throughout the album. The keyboard and the organ, it all builds up. And then you're just in ecstasy. And then boom, it just ends at the little over the 5-minute mark. It is absolutely fantastic. That is the Piper's Call. That goes into a single spark. Similar percussive sound, that drum sound, tom-toms. It's delicate, yet it's thick. The bass comes in to drive the song. You get the keyboard flourishes throughout. Gilmour's voice, I gotta say, sounds older and deeper, but it's excellent. And with all the lush background vocals and all the lush instrumentation that fills out the song, it's just wonderful. At the 3-minute mark of a single spark, you get the trademark Gilmour lead guitar solo. What do you expect? It's tasty, it's beautiful. You get the keyboards filling it out, the orchestration swirling behind you. You close your eyes and you're just flying with this music. It's absolutely beautiful. That brings us to Vita Brevis, which is just 45 seconds of some acoustic guitar strums. I think it's harp and some keyboard, which just sets you up for the next track, Between 2 Points, which features Romany Gilmour on vocals, lead vocals. And it starts off, well, you get piano with a lot of echo on there, some simple effective bass. It's sparse, yet it's haunting. The whole song is haunting. Romany's vocals are just amazing. It's what I love in a female vocalist. She doesn't have to do all those trills. She doesn't have to do anything fancy. She sings the song the way it's meant to be. There's a lot of echo, and it's just, her vocals are tremendous. It's perfect with the music. You get this light percussion, you get the bass, you get this, the whole song's haunting. There's echo, there's piano, there's acoustic strums driving the song, and it's just empty, yet so full. And it just builds. You get a light snare drum comes in at one point. And then the song kind of breaks down at one point for her vocals, and then it rebuilds up again. And with the background vocals, it's very, very haunting. And then at the roughly the 3-minute mark, you get Gilmour soloing again. That's the more classic Gilmour, so that's probably his Fender Strat or something. And it just keeps building, and you just get chills. I get chills. The hair on your arms just go up, and then the song ends. This song could have just kept on going. I think it's the best song on the album, but you'll see. They're all great. But this song, to me, is really something special and something very different. Now, apparently, it's a cover of a song by Montgolfier Fleer Brothers. I'd never heard of them. Honestly, I don't think too many people probably have, so I don't know how it compares to the original song, but this song is just incredible. All right, that goes into Dark and Velvet Nights, and that opens with some guitar feedback, and that goes into the most straight rocker on the album. It's got some great Hammond organ stabs that lift the song. I think I even hear like a cowbell on the beat, believe it or not. And all of that's driving the song forward. It's powerful. It's rhythmic. It's driving. It kind of reminds me of a song that could have easily fit on Momentary Lapse of Reason. About at the 2-minute mark, it suddenly goes to halftime, which is kind of strange at first, but now it really grew on me. And you get these orchestral flourishes. It's really interesting, and it's a cool bridge. And then it goes back to the song, and we're waiting for that guitar solo, David. Is it coming? Is it coming? And it comes about 3 minutes, 50 seconds or so, and you get about a minute of Gilmour's just great soloing, and then it ends. And again, it could have went on longer, but he pulls it in. That goes into a song called Sings, and Gilmour sings over a keyboard bed, which becomes, again, this swirling keyboard, bass stabs, there's so much instrumentation going on. It's really hard to pinpoint everything because there's so much there. But there's strings that come in. The drums come in at one point. It gives it a 4/4 beat, so you can really kind of groove with it. And the sound is just so full and warm, and it just takes you with it. At the 4-minute mark, you think it ends, but then it comes back with a little nice synthesizer solo and some nice tasty bass licks, and then it ends. That is Sings, which goes into the final song, Scattered, and that's a 7.5-minute epic. It starts off with like a bass drum, which kind of reminds you of the Heartbeat. Is that Dark Side of the Moon Heartbeat kind of and then you get these random keyboard sounds, which are straight out of the song Echoes from Metal. Really, the same kind of sound. But the song is kind of like forming. It's like germinating, and it's all coming together with all these different sounds. And it's kind of offbeat, but it's merging and creating an organism kind of a thing. It's classic Floyd. The snare and the drums come in to drive the song at about the 2-minute mark, and now you have the song Scattered really kicking in. There's so much going on, and there's so many different little parts. There's the 3.5-minute mark, you get like this jazzy like piano thing, which is different. Then you get a weird rhythm guitar lick that's almost reggae-like in a way. And then you get the nylon string guitar, acoustic guitar solo comes in. There's just so much in Scattered, and it's building up, and it's building up, and it's building up, and the orchestra flourishes come in, and the acoustic suddenly switches to an electric guitar solo, and you get a guitar solo that's almost up there with Comfortably Numb. It's a classic David Gilmour electric guitar solo, and you just soar. The album is soaring. You're soaring with it, like that cover of Rattle Out Lock. You're just taking off, and you crank it up, man. This is musical ecstasy. And then the guitar solo ends, and the song kind of comes back as it started. It is a classic ending to a classic album. That's really the album, Luck and Strange. The end, you get the bonus track of Yes I Have Ghosts with Romany again singing. And it starts off, it's Gilmour on an acoustic. You get background vocals that kind of remind me of a Leonard Cohen kind of thing, and that's a compliment. You get delicate piano, strings, lovely acoustic guitar work, great vocals again. I hear some strings. I don't know if it's a violin or even a viola, but it works so well. I'm going to fix the background right there. Let's see. Let's fix that. And then you get this great melody line. And I got to say, the vocal line, Yes, I Have Ghosts, is a great line that Polly Sampson actually obviously wrote. I know that was an older song that they did for her book. But what a great line that is. What a great title of the song, Yes, I Have Ghosts. It's just great. The song goes back to the acoustic with the string arrangements, and then it ends. And it's just a beautiful, beautiful song. I think it's wonderful that they put it on there. I really didn't know the song that well because I guess it was a single 5 years ago or whenever it was. But it fits perfectly with the album. They actually could have put it in earlier in the album, but they put it as a bonus track because it's an older song. But it works great. And then you get the 14-minute Luck and Strain barn jam, which really shouldn't work. It really should be kind of boring, but it's not. It's just a bluesy groove that, you know what, you hear it, you just kind of go with it. And before you know it, 14 minutes is up. Gilmour said that Luck and Strange is his best album since Dark Side of the Moon. Now, that's really saying something. And it's kind of interesting because my memory is that Gilmour always thought that Wish You Were Here was the best Floyd album. But is it really important to categorize that? Well, I will tell you that I certainly think that Luck and Strange is his best solo album. And that's quite a compliment because I think all of his solo albums are excellent. They're all very different. You know, the Gilmour album, About Face, On an Island, and Rattle Out Lock are all excellent albums. So the fact that this is the best one is really saying something. I gotta say that we are in September. This is by far the best new album of the year for me. I damn near think it's a classic. If this was a Floyd album, it would be a great one. And in fact, I think that that's what Gilmour's saying. I think when Gilmour says this is the best album he's done since Dark Side of the Moon, I think he's saying that this really could have been a Pink Floyd album. You know, it sounds, out of all his solo records, this sounds the most Pink Floyd-like. It really does. It's very Floyd-like. And I mean that as a compliment. As a fan of the Division Bell and Momentary Lapse of Reason, you know, he's just awesome. So there is my review of David Gilmour and the great, great Luckin' Strange album. If you have it, let me know what you think. I'd love to know your opinion. If you don't have it and you like David Gilmour or Pink Floyd, you got to go get it because it is tremendous. That's about it. As always, thank you for watching. If you're new to my channel, please hit subscribe. I got playlists, hundreds of videos. I'm doing this for 4 years. And as always, as I say, stay safe, stay healthy. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time on the Alan Rosenberg Show.